to this week's Widener News. I'm Mitchell Mackesy.
And I'm Alec Lynch.
Widener Engineering hosted students for the VEX robotics competition. The event welcomed approximately 1,500 spectators and 96 teams. The school hosted less than 1 year after launching the first in the region robotics undergraduate major.
Dr. Catherine Goodrich has been named the university's fourth Cynthia R. Sarnosky Science Faculty Fellow. Goodrich received a 2-year fellowship to support her research on how flowering plants attract pollinators. Undergraduate students will also be helping the professor with her research. Now for a look at sports, here's Josh Miksky.
Hello, welcome to this week's Widener Sports Update. I'm Josh Miskey. After defeating Hood last weekend, the Widener men's basketball team traveled to face number 1 seed Arcadia in the MAC Conference Championship game. Despite having 3 players in double figures, the Pride simply couldn't keep up with Arcadia, which built a 20-point lead by halftime. Connor Laverty and Donovan Simon led Widener with 13 points each, but it wasn't enough as Arcadia continued to pull away in the second half, winning by a final score of 92-56. The men end their season with a 15-12 overall record. Widener's indoor track and field teams also competed in the MAC championships this weekend. Valiant McKee and Sean Stovall each won gold in their events to help the Widener men's team finish second place overall. On the women's side, Cameron Castellini took home a second place finish in the pentathlon, scoring 2,694 points. The Pride also scored third place finishes by Abigail Shearer in the high jump and the 4x400 meter relay team, on the way to 5th place overall finish. Back to the hardwood, where the Widener women's basketball team qualified for the ECAC conference tournament for just the 7th time in program history. The Pride will begin ECAC play on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. when they host Wilson College in the Schwartz Center. Outdoor hockey made a thrilling return to the Philadelphia area on Saturday as the Flyers took on the Pittsburgh Penguins at Lincoln Financial Field. James Van Riemsdyk and Jacob Voracek scored late in regulation before an overtime goal by Claude Drew sealed the 4-3 win. The Flyers are now 7 points out of the final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. That's all for this week's Widener Sports Update. I'm Josh Miskey. Now back to the anchor desk.
Thank you, Josh. On Monday, prosecutors formally charged Patriots owner Robert Kraft for soliciting prostitution. The NFL champion owner was charged with first-degree misdemeanor this past weekend. He was arrested in a targeted sting by the FBI. The NFL and Florida law enforcement will continue to monitor the case.
R&B singer R. Kelly pleaded not guilty on sexual assault charges he faced on Monday. The charges were over an alleged incident involving 3 teenage girls and a woman dating back to 1998. Kelly was charged in a 10-count indictment and could face up to 7 years in prison for each count.
A federal judge in Texas has declared that an all-male military draft is unconstitutional. The case was filed by the National Coalition for Men, where 2 men argued against the all-male draft. The decision deals the biggest legal blow to the selective service system in over 40 years. Now for a look at this week's weather, here's Johan Espino.
Thanks, Mitch. Hello, my name is Johan Espino, and I have this week's weather in Chester. Tonight, there will be a low of 25 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow has a high of 38 degrees and a low of 31. Also partly cloudy skies. Thursday is cloudy again with a high of 43. The weekend will bring winter weather with snow predicted on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The highs for the weekend will range from 41 to 46 degrees with a lows ranging from 23 to 35. Finally, Monday will clear up with a high of 33 and a low of 20 degrees. That's all I have for you this week. My name is Johan Espino. Now back to Alec and Mitch.
Thank you, Johan. A New York man's murder conviction was overturned on Friday after spending 18 years of his 20-to-life prison sentence. Baldemil Arreo was convicted on the botched robbery of Gabar Morvi and another man near Sunset Park Strip Club in September of 2001. Prosecutors agreed to toss his murder conviction after finding it occurred under false pretenses.
A group of former U.S. national security officials is set to release a statement arguing there is no justification for President Donald Trump to use a national emergency declaration to fund a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border. The statement, signed by former Secretaries of State and Defense Secretaries, is set to be released Monday, a day before the Democratic-controlled House is expected to vote to block Trump from using the declaration.
The hostess' 91st Academy Awards saw a rating jump this year, thanks in part to an opening performance by Best Actor winner Rami Malek and Queen. Olivia Colman won Best Actress for her performance in The Favorite. Alfonso Cuarón won awards for Best Director and Cinematography for his work with the Netflix film Roma. And to finish the night, Green Book took the prestigious Best Picture Award, beating out Black Panther and Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's all we have for you for this week on Widener News. I'm Mitchell Mackesy.
And I'm Alec Lynch. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next week.